Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a mysterious situation that is unfolding in Venezuela as a series of attacks or explosions were carried out, and we honestly do not quite know just yet, as of me filming this, what the hell is going on. The Venezuelans are claiming it was a massive terror attack. The United States has not said anything, so we're going to break down what exactly happened, what we know, and keep in mind the United States government has warned people to be on the lookout for a false flag attack. So I'm filming this on November 16th. All information is up to date as of November 16th. This is a wild situation. So I'm going to need everyone to just hang tight, listen to the information. We're going to parse it out and try to figure out if we can get to the bottom of what's going on. Before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Who do you think is responsible for this attack? Is it a false flag attack? Could it be a secret black ops operation by the United States? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, coming this way, Instagram, David_Hookstead, or X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Please reach out with any tips you have. Now, let's get into it. Everyone on the planet, unless you've been living under a rock, knows that the United States is currently conducting an unprecedented level of a military buildup in the Caribbean off the coast of Venezuela. That includes an aircraft carrier strike group. It includes special operations, Black Ops members on the MV Ocean Trader, which of course is JSOC's ghost ship. It includes stealth F-35 fighters, F-18 fighters that are on the aircraft carrier. It includes spy planes, B-52 bombers, B-1 bombers. All of this is converging in the Caribbean to bring together an absolutely wild situation as pressure continues to mount on Maduro to step down, or the United States will forcibly remove him from power using the might of the United States military, the greatest military on the planet. And as I've said many times, and I will continue to say, our beef, our issue is not with the good people of Venezuela. The good people of Venezuela, we are there for you. We support you. We know you want your freedom. You want the boot of the Maduro regime off your neck. Our issue is with the Maduro regime, and that's who we intend to deal with in a brutal and overwhelming fashion if necessary. So there has been major concerns about what could unfold. This, I'm going to get this up on the screen for you. This is odd, to say the least. So this comes from El Nacional. It was reported on late November 15th. It says Corporal Cell, I don't know, Spanish, I guess, denounces a new sabotage that caused the fall of 3 transmission towers in Anzoátegui. The company stated it continues to reaffirm firmly and unequivocally its conviction of free and independent moving forward on its own path. So there was a massive attack of some kind on transmission sites, transmission towers, I should say, that blew them up, took them offline, rocked them. We do not know the full details, but these are the details that have been put out there as of this time. It says the state-owned electric corporation, Corpolcel, denounced this Saturday a new criminal sabotage that caused the fall of 3 transmission towers in the state of Anzoátegui, after which it assured technical personnel went to the area to restore service progressively and safely to the affected communities without specifying which ones. According to the statement, the alleged sabotage was intended to destabilize a public service essential to the Eastern people, which the company noted demonstrates the brutality of an unconventional war that threatens the well-being of Venezuelans. So the Venezuelans are saying, in no uncertain terms, this was a sabotage attack. They are claiming that this was a sabotage likely conducted by the United States to destabilize the country as the military pressure buildup continues. It says, however, Corpusel continued, the country continues to reaffirm firmly and unequivocally its conviction to be free and independent moving forward on its own path. We urge the Venezuelan people to maintain their confidence, certain that the dedication, commitment, and patriotic awareness of our workers will guarantee the continuity and efficiency of the service, the state-owned company said, announcing the start of the repair work to our affected infrastructure. Last September, the company reported 2 attacks on transmission lines in less than a week, which it attributed calls to an electrical war was promoted by groups that operate in the service of dark interests and destabilizing agendas. In any case, he pointed out these attacks are occurring in the scenario of military and psychological escalation by North American empire. He's talking about the United States, which has maintained a military deployment to the Caribbean near Venezuela since August, seen it by the Chavismo as a threat to bring about a regime change. So they are claiming, I'm going to pull this off the screen while I break this down for you. So this attack rocked 3 massive transmission transformers in an area of Venezuela, taking the power grid down for some amount of time. The Venezuelans are claiming the power grid is back up. It's worth noting that the Venezuelan power grid is far from stable, far from, 100% working. Shit happens all the time. So this explosion or attack that took down these transmissions, the Venezuelans are saying it's the North Americans, it's the CIA, it's the United States of America. It is a sabotage act. Okay. Now there is a statement floating around that I have translated to parts of so that I can read parts of it. It says the statement that was released in the country says the transmission towers were in the Juan Antonio Sotillo municipality of Anzoátegui, which we just stated. And it said, with the intention of destabilizing an essential public service. In response to this aggression, our workers immediately deployed to the affected area following rapid response protocol established by the national government led by President Nicolas Maduro. This sabotage demonstrates the harshness and non-conventional war that threatens our well-being. So they are claiming again that the United States is threatening their well-being. They are blaming the CIA. They are blaming the United States for this attack that rocked the Venezuelan power grid. But again, Venezuela is known to be liars, is known to not tell the full truth. And then we have this. This literally happened right at the time that Congressman Carl Gimenez put out a warning on the record that Venezuela was going to attempt a false flag attack. It says, we are tracking reports that Maduro narco regime may be preparing to sabotage key Venezuela infrastructure, including major bridges, tunnels, and refineries, and later blame the United States or the Democratic opposition. While unverified, these claims match the desperate tactics of a collapsing dictatorship. The United States will continue to stand firmly with the Venezuelan people against tyranny, corruption, and any attempt by the regime to manufacture chaos or manipulate the truth for political survival. So that is what they are saying. So the United States government saying, hey, Venezuela is preparing a false flag attack. Then a massive attack unfolds on Venezuelan energy infrastructure, taking down power to a part of the country. And I got to tell you, I reported back on October 12th, before anyone else did, that the Venezuelans were gearing up for a false flag attack. And we put that out in a different video on November 16th, earlier today in the morning. You guys saw that already. So this literally happened within hours, 8 hours or so. Let's say that's the rough window of when the false flag warning goes out. Then there's a mysterious attack on Venezuelan energy infrastructure that nobody can seem to explain. And there is part of this that we have to address. And that is President Donald Trump openly acknowledged he authorized the CIA to go into Venezuela and start smacking targets and start conducting operations in Venezuela. This would be something the CIA could do. This would be something that the CIA has people that can do. It's also something Tier 1 forces going in behind enemy lines, destabilizing unconventional warfare. The United States is a master in this. It is what we do better than just about anyone out there, probably better than anyone out there in terms of our scale, our ability to go in. But we know the CIA has been authorized to carry out lethal strikes inside Venezuela. So let's watch President Trump discuss this when he previously talked about it.
Why did you authorize the CIA to go into Venezuela? And is there more information you can share about these strikes on the alleged?
Well, I can't do that, but I authorized for 2 reasons, really. Number one, they have emptied their prisons into the United States of America. They came in through the, they came in through the border. They came in because we had an open border policy. And as soon as I heard that, I said, a lot of these countries, they're not the only country, but they're the worst abuser. And they've entered they've allowed thousands and thousands of prisoners, mental institution, people from mental institutions, insane asylums, emptied out into the United States. We're bringing them back. But that's a really bad, and they did it at a level that probably not, many countries have done it, but not like Venezuela. They were down and dirty. And the other thing are drugs. We have a lot of drugs coming in from Venezuela.
Why did you authorize
So
the
right
CIA?
there, President Trump, that was the moment he acknowledged that he ordered the CIA to carry out operations in Venezuela. I am not sitting here telling you this was a CIA plot. In fact, I don't believe it is. This could be the false flag, one of many false flags that the Venezuelans are lining up, because they immediately blame the United States, right? There's been no investigation. We have no idea what happened in this mysterious sabotage attack that they're claiming. And they immediately pointed the finger at the United States and said, this was you. I'd like to believe if the CIA was doing this, that they would be able to be covert enough that there would be no fingerprints left behind, no traces left behind. Keep in mind, Venezuela previously claimed they captured a CIA hit squad, covert black ops team, and then failed to provide any proof whatsoever that these guys got captured. So that was obviously complete BS. And while this is going on, we got to mention this. It says Gerald R. Ford Strike Carrier Group enters Caribbean Sea. This was on November 16th. So the Ford Carrier Strike Group is now in the Caribbean Sea. They had been lingering in the area, hadn't entered yet. They have now entered the theater of war for Venezuela. The Strike Carrier Group is there. It said Maritime Forces operations in the Southern Command area of responsibility come after Secretary of War Pete Hegseth directed the Carrier Strike Group to support the president's directive to dismantle transnational criminal organizations and counter narco-terrorism in the defense of the homeland. Through unwavering commitment and the precise use of our forces, we stand ready to combat the transnational threats that seek to destabilize our region. The U.S. Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group's deployments represent a critical step in reinforcing our resolve to protect the security of the Western Hemisphere and the safety of the American homeland. The Carrier Strike Group will join joint forces already in the Caribbean Sea, including the Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group and Embarked Marine Expeditionary Unit, as part of a joint task force, Southern Spear, established to defeat and dismantle criminal networks that exploit our shared borders and maritime domains. So the strike group is there. The Carrier Group, this literally is all happening. This is a very strange situation. Very strange situation. A lot of moving pieces, and now we have this alleged sabotage attack that nobody can explain, and they're claiming the United States did it. The United States has released no statement on it, has not indicated it did. So let's go here now. So this is the Interior Minister, I believe, Diosdado Cabello. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Let me know in the comments. Urges to be alert. This is in Spanish, but I have it on good authority. He is saying in Spanish, they expect to be attacked at any moment. Let's watch it.
Porque a la hora de una acción contra el país no va a haber hora. Y valga el término. Nadie va a decir, no, la cosa es a las 3:05. Nadie. Entonces nosotros debemos estar listos para acudir al llamado a la hora que sea, cuando sea y como sea. Porque esto es solo un paso, Terán. Suárez, compañeros, compañeras, esto es solo un paso, el paso inicial.
So there is a senior government official in Venezuela telling everyone an attack from the Americans could come at any time. And then lo and behold, what happens? We have this alleged mysterious attack that unfolds. So I'll pull that off the screen now. I mean, honestly, I don't know what to think here. It's possible that, yes, the United States went in and messed with the energy infrastructure, that those transmission towers could have been supplying power to a military base. And if you are going to conduct warfare, if you're going to conduct massive attacks, destabilizing the power grid is kind of warfare 101 in the modern era, right? Especially if those transmission towers are doing it or providing power to military targets or targets you intend to hit. You can take them offline before the bombs start dropping. So is it possible that the United States did this? It's certainly possible. Well within the playbook of options that are out there. CIA has people who do this for a living, tier 1 assets, definitely have the training to get this done. Very possible it could happen. Is it possible this is the false flag we've been warned about? Also very possible. In fact, I would say that's more possible than the United States being responsible, because as bad as taking the energy grid down in an area, that's bad. If we were really going to destabilize this to get this show started, we'd probably be going much bigger than just 3 massive energy transmission towers, right? We'd probably hit something bigger. We'd want to go swing for the fences. We'd want to go all the way. So possible we did it. Very possible this is the false flag, but there's also a third option. The Venezuelan energy grid is shitty. It could have just failed on its own. And they're using the failure of the energy grid to then stage it as an attack so they don't have to take responsibility for their grid being terrible. Lots of moving parts. I don't have a concrete answer for you. I don't want to tell you something that could turn out later to be false and speculate on it. The Venezuelans are saying they were attacked. The Venezuelans are saying this is a sabotage attack. It's a terrorism attack. The United States hasn't said anything about it, hasn't acknowledged it. I would lean towards this being either a grid failure or the false flag we were warned about. It doesn't feel on the surface like something the CIA would do. Feels like they would have gone bigger, bolder, but we don't know. This is when war gets mysterious. You just don't know. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think the attack was? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are 100% wide open. Reach out with any tips you have about any stories you want to talk about, or just reach out and say hello. I love talking with you guys. I'll see you all next time.